Everybody. Shalom. I'm back. I know it's been a minute or a couple of weeks, really. I'm trying to see how. What's going on? Oh, my bad. My bad, y'all. But anyway, so I'm back with another video. As you guys see by the title, I got scriptures, I got notes and stuff like that. So I'm going to be let me get myself situated here. Okay. So I got scriptures, I got notes and everything, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So the title of my live is Be That Church Without Spot, Wrinkle, or Blemish. On my notes, I got spot. Shalom, Stacy. Love you. So in YouTube, this is Facebook Live. So shout out to my new YouTube subscribers and all that stuff. I appreciate y'all coming over. Shout out to UK Judah for, you know what I'm saying, supporting me and stuff like that. Brother Tim Stevens. Shout out to you guys. So I have to, put that out there. But anyway, the title of this video is Be That Church Without Spot or Blemish. And I'm gonna read Ephesians chapter 5, verse 27. That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. Stacy, can you hear me pretty well? I'm trying on my new microphone. Can you hear me well? Can you tell the difference? Let me know. But anyway, so that was Ephesians chapter 5, verse 27, and we're living in times to where, first of all, we're getting closer and closer to Yahweh's return. Not in a sense of how the Christians think, like we're going to get raptured. Okay, good. Not in a sense to where Christians think like, oh, we're going to get raptured away. No. The Most High, when he comes back, he's coming back with a vengeance. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, good. That's good. So it's working. So as we see what's going on in this world, the stage is being set for World War III, the war in Iran, the times that we are in. The Bible tells us, Luke 21:36, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. So we want to be able to be right with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We want to be that church without spot or blemish. We want to make sure that we are ready for his return. We are ready to pass through the rod of iron. Is it the rod of iron? To pass under the rod, my bad. To pass under the rod, we want to make sure that we are in righteous standing with Yah. So, with all the stuff going on, we got to watch and pray. We got to keep our head and eyes spiritually and physically on the swivel. We got to make sure, what I'm saying, we be aware. Yes, be the church without spot or blemish. Yeah. So we got to be aware of what's going on. And while we're in this, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So yeah, so we got, what I'm saying, all this stuff going on in the world. There's a lot going on, and to the Christians, I want to say to the Christians, me too. I used to believe in the rapture doctrine. That was one of the reasons I've said this a couple of times in a few videos, that was one of the reasons to help me to get saved, because I didn't want to be left behind, or how it was taught in Christianity. I didn't want to be not going to heaven. So that always kind of scared me too, you know what I'm saying? But I need Christians to understand, to really read your Bible for real. There is no rapture. You know what I'm saying? We will be here for the great tribulation. If you're not going to be dead before all this stuff happens, we're going to be here for the great tribulation. Yahweh is returning immediately after the tribulation, and the tribulation is 3 years, not 7. You know what I'm saying? If you look up 1,260 days, that's 3.5 years. If you look up 42 months, that's 3.5 years, So take the time to I want to encourage you to take the time to read the Bible. Read the Bible with new eyes. You know what I'm saying? Not the way that you've been taught, not the way that your pastor is teaching you, but really read and allow the Holy Spirit to guide you into to truth. And pray for him, pray for your eyes to be open. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make that disclaimer to the Christians that believe in the rapture. There's no such thing. You're going to be here, and take advantage of this time of grace slash judgment on the nations, right? Because right now, really, I think for me, I really understand grace and is appreciative of grace in these times right now. You know what I mean? Not for us to abuse grace, but to really get ourselves together, to, you know what I'm saying, really take the time to, Shalom, Maurice, really take the time to get yourself right now. You know what I mean? Because time, as we see, time is running up or running out fast. You know what I'm saying? These years is flying by. They flying by, and we really want to take this time. Why it's judgment on the nations right now, especially after after our 400 year mark of captivity. The judgment is on the nations, and you see so much stuff happening, and you want to take this time to get your house in order, and it starts with you. So we're about to get into it. It starts. Noah was righteous, and he was left on earth while everyone outside of the ark died. This is our example, and not no rapture. We must endure to the end. That's salvation. Exactly, Stacy. We got to, man, like I was saying in my last one of my videos, now is the time to seek Yah while he may be found. We have to use that time to really seek after and hunger and thirst after righteousness. But I feel like in order for us to do that properly, we have to get right within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We have to, let's face our demons. It's time for people to start facing their demons. Look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Heal from your trauma. Like, it's important that we take the time to not get comfortable in trauma, not to just accept it and just let it be a part of our lives. No, we really need to heal from trauma. We need to make that our priority to heal from trauma. Really understand that hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can speak from experience myself about how hurt people, I'm explain that in a moment. But we have to work on removing the planks, the plank out of our the plank out of our eye. You know, Luke 6:42. Either how canst thou say to thy brother, brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thine eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to pull out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. See, so we have to deal with ourselves first before we can start pointing fingers at other people. You know what I'm saying? My mom used to always say, you pointing the finger at somebody, you got four fingers pointing back at you. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in a position to where that you're healed, that you are accountable for yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Because in today's time, it's lots of people that lack accountability. They lack accountability for their wrongdoing. You know what I'm saying? And yes, lots of people in the world is broken people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the world has experienced childhood trauma. You know what I mean? And again, we have to get our house in order first before we can really chase after the Most High. Really because trauma can hold you back for real. Trauma can really hold you back. You know what I'm saying? To being the best version of yourself. To trauma can like blind you to, or distort your vision to let you see stuff from a distorted view versus how it really should. You know what I'm saying? And even hearing things, you can misinterpret what somebody is saying because of trauma. Trauma affects you in all types of ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you work on yourself first. You got to get the plank out of your own eyes first. You gotta get the planks out of your eyes first, because the Most High. So I'm gonna share something with you guys. So the Most High can put you in Shalom Afar. Um, the Most High can put you in uncomfortable situations to clean us out. What do I mean by that? Okay, so and we also reap what we have sown to people. You know what I'm saying? So let me talk. I'm gonna talk about this real quick. So for me, right? As you guys know my story, I trauma. I had trauma on top of trauma. I was a broken woman, right? And as a result of me being hurt, I hurt other people. You know what I'm saying? That's saying hurt people. That's true, right? So I hurt other people. And as a result of me hurting other people, guess what I'm doing? And a lot of people don't think about this. Guess what I'm doing when I'm hurting other people? Even though I'm hurt, yes, I'm a victim of what happened to me, yes. But at some point, I'm responsible for what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to take a responsibility for what I do, right? So as a result of me being hurt and I'm hurting people, guess what I'm doing? I'm planting bad seeds. I'm planting bad seeds, and eventually them seeds grow, and you start getting back. You start getting back what you sown. Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. You know what I'm saying? So even in this, yes, you trying to heal from your trauma, you trying to move forward in your trauma and all that stuff. But then when stuff start coming back on you, like for me, so going back to me. So I heard it. I heard people around me that really love me for real, right? So I'm planting all these bad seeds, and not even taking into account that, hey, what I've done to people, eventually it's gonna come back on me, right? So what happened was, when I gave my life to the Most High, 10 years I went through this hell, okay? After I gave my life to the Most High used a family member to live with me. I used to have a very, very bad attitude. Horrible attitude. Like, just, yeah, it was bad. I was really a messed up person back then. I praise y'all for his deliverance. I praise y'all that I'm standing strong in the Most High. I praise y'all that I'm the person that I am today, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here for real. So I used to have a very bad attitude, and just stuff that I used to do was I was just mean, wicked. You know what I mean? So after I gave my life to the Most High, a family member stayed with me for 10 years, and that was 10 years of hell for me, because I was reaping what I had sown. All them bad seeds I had put out, the Most High used that person to change my attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn to take accountability of the things that I had done back then. You know what I'm saying? Before I had gave my life to the Most High, I had to take accountability for what I was doing, for what I had done. You know what I'm saying? And so the Most High used that person to do that. And now that stuff is not comfortable. That's not the easiest thing to go through, when the Most High is really showing you and really showing you, you know what I'm saying, how you was. And he sometimes, or most of the times, he puts you in uncomfortable positions. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for you to do evil for evil. You know what I'm saying? When y'all's involved, it's to clean you out and get you right, get you straight. You know what I'm saying? And so um he used that situation, but it took for me to take accountability and be like, dang, I remember I did this to that person, or I remember I treated this person that way. You know what I'm saying? It's for you to really recognize the person that you were, and how the Most High is showing you, look, I'm trying to take this away from you. So you got to go through this stuff, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to get to where I want you to be. And it took 10 years. When I tell you, I felt like it was hell, like, usually if you're a person that like peace in your house, right? You go out into this crazy world and all that stuff. When you come back home, when you come home, that's supposed to be your peace of mind. That's supposed to be your sanity. You know what I'm saying? I used to hate to come home because of the hell that I was going through. You know what I'm saying? But it was all those bad seeds that I was sowing, and we have to learn to hold ourselves accountable and admit, hey, I'm wrong. That's a part of your healing and growing. You have to be able to do that. You know what I mean? And that's not the easiest thing to do. That's not the easiest thing to do, to hear. For a long time, for many years, I was hearing, Tony, that was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and at some point, it started feeling like, well, dang, will I ever do anything right? Because I'm always hearing that I'm doing everything wrong. But if you want to grow, if you want to be accountable, or no, if you want to grow and heal, you have to be accountable. That's a part of your healing. That's a part of your growing. You have to be accountable to that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to encourage the body or the remnant, you know, to really take the time to really deal with yourself for real. You know what I'm saying? Really get all that junk out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, when He come back, He want a church without a spot, blemish, or wrinkle. Like, we want to be right. We want to be in righteous standing in the Most High, in the Most High's eyes. And so now let's move forward. After being healed, after you are healed, now you need to understand how to deal with people. You got to understand how to deal with people. It's all types of people that we deal with, right? And I feel like really it's two types of people that you can come across, right? Some genuinely want help. So with that, they could be struggling, going through whatever they're going through, but they really want the help. And the Most High put you in their lives to really like kind of help them navigate through, the stuff that they're going through. We're not to judge them. We're not to be judgmental. We supposed to bear the fruits of the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? We want to show them. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not about us. At the end of the day, when it comes to serving other people, and shout out to you, Trish. Shout out to you, Trish, because she get. First of all, let me give Trish her flowers right quick, one time for the one time, because I talk to my sisters daily, you know what I'm saying, or weekly, whatever. We in constant communications, right? And so, and I'm edified by each and every last one of you. You know what I'm saying? You, Stacy, you, Trish, you, Sherry. You know what I'm saying? I'm edified every time we have a conversation. I'm just like blown away. You know what I'm saying? But Trish, I'm gonna take the time to give you these flowers, because the conversations that we have had and stuff like that over time motivated this topic I'm talking about. But I feel like what the Most High gave her was for her. So whatever Most High choose to do with her, to deal with her on how she should, bring that about, that's on her. But I do have to bring this out. Like, the Most High she has a gift of exhortation. Trish has a very powerful gift of exhortation, right? And the Most High uses her to really get myself together. You know what I'm saying? I just told her yesterday, I said, sis, when I talk to you, I gotta make sure I have on padded pants, because the spankings I be getting sometimes, you know, I love y'all too. Know that, Stacy. I love y'all too. But the spankings that the Most High used on me, it be like, man, but it's for my betterment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the kind of relationship. That's the kind of relationships we want with our people, with our family. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the remnant. We gotta be iron sharpening iron around here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in a constant state of, I want to be the best version of myself in Yah. You know what I'm saying? However that looks like. Whatever I need to do to get to that point, you want to be that. You know what I'm saying? And so she shared something that the Most High had gave her about being a servant. Like, in this walk, we are servants. When the Most High came, He was a servant. He served us. You know what I'm saying? And He was our example on the earth. So don't judge people that want help. People that want help and the Most High puts you in their lives, don't judge them. You know what I'm saying? You are there to really help them bear the fruits of the spirit. They're supposed to see the Yah in you. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be able to be like, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? If and be comfortable with sharing your story so you can help other people. You know what I mean? Because there's so many. I mean, I remember growing up in Christian church and seeing the holier than thous, and they ain't never did nothing. We Okay, much love to you, Afar. So many people. Oh, I thank God I ain't never did this and I ain't never did that. Well, Trish, listen, you know what I'm saying? I praise the Most High for you, Trish, for real, because I'm grateful for our friendship that I feel like we've gotten a closer bond, and I just praise the Most High for all my sisters, man, because y'all mean so much to me in a real way, and she has a gift. Trish got a gift, man. She has a very powerful gift. It even affected my mom, because my mom be like, "Oh, you talk to Trish," like she be. But I'm grateful for you. You know what I'm saying, Trish, for real. Like, I'm grateful for all my sisters, man, and I constantly want to speak life into y'all. I constantly want to speak life into y'all because we all need to do that for each other. But what was I saying? I think I was talking about, yeah. So dealing with people that won't help, we want to make sure we don't judge them. Then now let's talk about this part. Then there's people who want no help and is comfortable in trauma and wants to waste your time. I love you too, Trish. And want to really waste your time. They don't want help, or they pretend like they want help, but they're just wasting your time. How do you deal with those people? How do you deal with such people? I want to read. I want to read. Which one did I put? I can't, girl. I got notes in scripture, so yeah. Learn how to. Let me see what I put. There's people who want no help and is comfortable in trauma. Know how to deal with them. Okay, so what I put. Um, Wait, I'm confusing myself with what I wrote down. There's people who want no help and are comfortable in trauma, know how to deal with them. So with them, Matthew 7:6, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. And then another one I put, and who's Matthew 10:14. And whosoever shall not receive you nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. So people that ain't trying to hear you, they don't want to, um, they ain't really trying to change. That's how you go about it. You know what I mean? We got to know how to deal. Again, I emphasized in my "Don't Be So Friendly, You're Stupid" video. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verses 1 through 8. There's a time and a season for everything, and we have to know how to move or navigate in those seasons in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So if a person don't want your help, or here to waste your time, there's a way that you got to handle it. The Bible said, "Don't cast your pearl before swine." It's certain people that I don't deal with at all. I don't care to be your friend. I don't care to be in your face. Does that mean I hate you and want the worst for you? No, no. But I know that you're not beneficial for me spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about tangible things. I'm talking about, this happens to me, trying to help the unaccountable victims get slapped every time and become the problem. See, and Stacey, you got to learn to not cast your pearl before the swine, and don't give, what it say? Don't give not that which is holy unto the dogs. You know what I'm saying? We have to, sometimes we put our own selves in bad situations. You know what I'm saying? We got to use the God-given wisdom that the Most High give us, and know how to deal with certain types of people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said certain people I don't deal with at all. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stay in your rut or whatever, have at it. You know what I mean? I can't. It's nothing I can do with that. And then also, we have to learn and understand how to plant the seed and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I remember early on when I was professing Christianity and all that stuff, and I was trying to help somebody, even though I was a broken hot mess myself. I needed help for myself, but I'm trying to talk to this, you know, minister to a young lady at the time. Again, we both broken. You know what I'm saying? I'm making mistakes and falling off and doing all kind of stuff myself. So I really wasn't an effective witness. And that's another thing too. Like, that's why it's important for us to heal and do the work, you know what I'm saying, get our house in order first, because if you're broken trying to help somebody else that's broken and you fall off, they're gonna look at you like, well, shoot, ain't no point me listening to them, because they don't even know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta understand that we plant the seed and we keep it moving. It's not, we wanna first of all, we gotta understand that all we know them by their fruits, and my silly self be still trying to help, not no more. Well, praise y'all. At least you know that. At least you know we know them by them fruits. Yeah, but we got to understand the sowing of seeds. And let me read Matthew 13:4-8. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon thorny places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell unto good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Right? So with that, sometimes we want to plant the seed, we want to water it, and we want to watch it grow. And now listen, and I was guilty of that too. I was trying to plant this seed, water it, watch it grow, make sure the sun is hitting it right, doing all that. And it's like, sometimes it's somebody else that's the Most High is going to use to water that seed. You know what I mean? And then also we got to understand that not all seeds is falling on good ground. Not all seeds are falling on good ground, and we got to understand that and accept that reality. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you're trying to plant the seed with, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your grandmother, it could be whoever that you love, whoever. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to a point to where we learn how to plant the seed and we keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We can't, because at this point we done our job. You know what I'm saying? And it's outside of your control to do anything else. The Most High just made it, just probably wanted you just to plant the seed. He didn't have you to come to water it and watch it grow. You know what I mean? And so I feel like we got to think about that verse as well. We got to take account of those things too. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's important for us not to cast our pearls before swine. You know what I'm saying? And even in all of this stuff, right? Not casting your pearl before swine, not giving things that's holy to dogs. Even with that, we have to still do it in a righteous manner. We still got to represent Yah no matter what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, yes, our feelings can get involved because there's certain people that we love. We want them to, like, I just want you to just wake up and just know, like, and we have to learn to accept people for where they're at or who they are sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And we never know. Maybe the Most High will, grab their attention and wake them up or whatever. And then we also got to accept the fact that maybe he won't. And we got to be okay with that. Because at the end of the day, we know that it's a remnant. It's only a remnant, And back to what Trish was talking to me about, you know what I'm saying? It's about us being servants, man. And we have to really understand real servitude. You know what I'm saying? Philippians 2:7-8. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even death of the cross. We have to really understand servitude, being servants. But again, it just goes back to you not having a spot or blemish. And how do you do that? You heal from the inside out. You get them planks out of your own eyes. You'll be accountable to what you do. You know what I'm saying? Individually, you can't point fingers at people. You have to learn how to take accountability for the actions that you have, the bad deeds that you have done that came back on you. Now you going through hell. You have to learn how to take that accountability. You know what I'm saying? And you also want to heal, face those demons. And yes, it's not the prettiest thing, again, because listen, I had heck of a trauma. And I know people that probably have more worse trauma than me. But at the end of the day, trauma is trauma. Hurt is hurt. You know what I'm saying? And we are our brother's keeper. We are our brother's keeper, man. We got to always keep that in mind. We have to look out for our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and I'm speaking about the remnant, man. We supposed to help each other. You know, it's certain people that don't won't help, that don't want to have nothing to do with what we got going on as far as holiness is concerned, and that's okay. That's okay. You leave them where they at. You know what I'm saying? But we supposed to help each other. We supposed to serve each other in righteousness, you know? And also, I want to specifically talk to the bloodborne Israelites, the ones that's been scattered to the four corners of the earth. I want to speak life into you guys because, first of all, our people is walking around with PTSD, right? We are walking around with PTSD because we have been battered and bruised as a people. We see stuff all the time that affects us because of who we are as a people. You know what I'm saying? People still getting hung in 2026. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is still happening, you know? And that stuff plays in your mind, and it help it you know what I'm saying? It does something to you internally, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of our people, on top of the fact that we was disobedient to the Most High, right? So let's deal with this real quick. The reason why we in the situation that we are in is because of our disobedience. We did not keep up our end of the deal as far as the covenant is concerned. We didn't keep up. We didn't keep our end of the deal. You know what I'm saying? We started going after other gods and stuff like that, which caused us to be in this condition, right? But the Bible also says that the heathens helped forward the affliction. They did more than what they were supposed to do anyway to our people, right? So, yes, we're in this position because of disobedience, and we have to get grafted back into our own tree, right? We have to get grafted back into our own tree and stuff like that. But I want to say something, because I hear, as my brother / sister, it is my duty to call you out whenever I see you doing wrong. Amen. And that's what we're supposed to do, Trish. Like, that's the whole iron sharpen iron. It's not always everything we tell our brothers and sisters not going to be all, oh, you're doing a great job. Oh, that's great. You did a good job. Something you got to be like, well, listen, you was wrong in that. You can't be doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you not representing y'all in that. And we got to understand, speaking life into people. Speaking life into people can be whether, hey, you're doing a good job, or hey, you're not doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely, Trish. You know, but something that bothers me that I hear people say is like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it don't matter if you're an Israelite. It doesn't matter, right? Which we know. Hear me out. Which we know that some of these Israelites is wicked. Oh my goodness, it's wicked as all out. If you read the Bible and you read what our ancestors was doing and how they was wicked, we know that they was wicked. And just because you were bloodborne Israelite, we know that you're not going to automatically get into the kingdom because you're a bloodborne Israelite, right? But on the flip side of that, I feel like when people try to say that or try to push that narrative, it's like in a subtle way. Okay, this is my opinion. Okay, so let me make this clear. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. This is how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when people say, oh, it doesn't matter if you're a bloodborne, it doesn't matter if you're Israelite, I feel like that's another way of kicking a person down. You know what I'm saying? We've already been battered and bruised as a people. So if a person, if a broken man or woman here, like, hey, you're Yah's chosen, you're Yah's chosen. The reason why you guys are in this situation because you was disobedient, but you're the chosen. Like, the Most High chose you. That would make a person be like, wait a minute. But then somebody turn around and say, but it doesn't matter if you're an Israelite. Then I feel like you still kind of destroying their self-esteem in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been told that we was nothing for all our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, they capitalized off of our trauma. Like, people is rich off of our trauma. As you watch, like, if you look on TV, watch Love and Hip Hop or Bad Girls Club or whatever stuff they had out, whatever, and you see our women fighting and looking like prostitutes and all kinds of stuff that they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times, them women is broken. They come from broken homes. They got trauma and all that stuff. And instead of the people that's over over the media and all that stuff, that instead of having shows to help them be delivered from that, they let them go on TV, act a fool, fighting each other and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They capitalizing off our trauma, and they steadily push this narrative out here that that's all our people are like. You know what I'm saying? But as I go out in my everyday life now, every woman, every so-called black woman that I see is not walking around looking like a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Every so-called black male that's out here ain't walking around with his pants to his knees. You know what I'm saying? So all this propaganda that's constantly push on to belittling what y'all lifted up is what they doing. He made us the apple of his eye, so respect it or get done. Yahweh Shai was a blood-born Israelite. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So this whole, it doesn't matter if you're Israelite. Yes, it just being a blood-born Israelite won't get you into the kingdom. It will not. It's some Gentiles that's gonna walk over a dead Israelite body to go and right into the kingdom, because you know what I'm saying, our brothers and sisters, some of them are so wicked. You know what I'm saying? And we know that. You know what I mean? But to constantly drill that into people, try to keep trying to belittle our people, to telling us that we don't matter, I feel like it's still a form of kicking a person while they're down. You know what I'm saying? And if we didn't matter, why is Yahweh Shai coming to gather all of us? Even if you don't believe in him, you're being gathered. He's gathering all of us. If we didn't matter, why cover up true history? Why cover up true history? Why won't they tell us who we are if we did not matter? You know what I'm saying? Why are the nations being judged right now? Why is the world headed to straight chaos? It's because it is a form of racism. Yeah, absolutely. You know, why are the nations getting judged, headed to chaos? You know what I'm saying? Everywhere we're scattered, there's something going on because we are there. You know what I'm saying? And I was reading the book of Ezekiel, right? Reading the book of Ezekiel. I'm almost done, y'all. I was reading the book of Ezekiel, and very good book. Very good book. Our people was wicked as all out, right? And the Most High used Ezekiel to prophesy to the people, to our people and stuff like that. And so with our people doing what we was doing, the Most High judged them, right? Tell Ezekiel this is what's going to happen to them, right? So Ezekiel go, this nation gonna come up against you, blah 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 blah. Tell them what's going to happen. So Ezekiel go tell the nation of Israel what's going to happen to them because of their disobedience, right? He go do that, and then the Most High turn around and say, okay, now prophesy to the nation that's coming up against my people, because they mocked my people, because they did this X, Y, and Z to my people. Tell them what's going to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it was our fault for us going in and out to captivity and us getting killed and famine and all that stuff, it was our fault because we was disobedient. He gave the covenant to us. Even though it was our fault, the Most High still judged the other nations for touching his people. If we didn't matter, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta understand the love that the Most High have for us. Like, who said that? Stacy said, the Bible said we are the apple of his eye. We do matter. We do matter. But we matter much more if we return to the covenant. You know what I'm saying? And really understand the detriment of sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand the detriment of sin, and we got to understand who Yah really is as our Elohim. You know what I'm saying? He gave us free will. He gave us free will. He don't want to force nobody to love him, to do anything for him, but he will he's there. If you come to him, he's going to accept you. He's not going to turn you away. You know what I'm saying? That's the loving part of him, but he's not going to chase you down and try to make you, you know what I'm saying, love him and want to be with him. He's not going to do that. And we got to understand the detriment of sin, how sin has affected everything. If you sit back and think about sin for real, why do food expire? Why do food go bad? Because of sin. Why is the weather the way that it is? You know what I'm saying? Why do we have natural disasters and all this stuff? It's because of sin. You know what I'm saying? Why are the animals the way that they are now? You know what I'm saying? The wild animals and all that stuff, they instinct. You know, why is it that way? Because of sin. And we know people actions is wicked people, and is people that's not wicked. All of that is because of sin. Plants dying because of sin. You know what I'm saying? And like, when we really understand, when we really awoke to the reality of things for real and how things are done, sin has really done a number on the world as a whole. You know what I'm saying? It has done a number on us. And we have to understand we got to understand the fundamentals of it all, you know? And, you know, just going back to us being accountable, healing from trauma, letting Yah do what he do in our lives to clean us up and clean us out. You know, he's destroying the whole world to give it over to Yasharallah. Yasharallah will enjoy the world in its restored state. And in order to be Yasharallah, you have to walk as he commanded. And that's how Yasharallah walked in his original state. Sickness in the body is also because of sin. Oh yeah, absolutely, yes. Because the world, the world is exactly what the way it is because of his people. We do matter. Israelites, the real Yasharallah. You know what I'm saying? The blood-born descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We matter. Stop letting people tell you don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a blood, if you're Israelite. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's a way that you say things and how you say things that can turn people off for real. You know what I'm saying? You matter. You know what I'm saying? Start speaking life into yourself. Like, we got to start speaking life into ourselves in a biblical way. Not in an arrogant way to where we get all puffed up and full of pride and you know what I'm saying? But in a way to where we're glorifying the Most High, you know? And I just want to encourage each and every one of us, the remnant, that we have to really work on ourselves for real, because time is running out. Time is moving like this and it's running out. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be ready for Yahweh's return. You want to be ready to be able to stand no matter how the end may end for you. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to stand and endure, you know what I'm saying, and go out, you know what I'm saying, with a bang, knowing that, hey, I did everything I could do in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I was obedient to him. So I just wanted to come on here and say what I say. I'm gonna reread these verses that I was reading. And also take the time, like, I don't put every single verse that I come across into my lessons or whatever, because I want to encourage everybody to study the Bible for themselves, and let Yah speak to you individually. You know what I'm saying? Because when we come together, it's like we sharpening each other, you know, and that's what we want, because we want to be edified. We want the body to be edified so we all can grow together, you know. So I'm gonna reread these verses, and I'm gonna be getting off. So Luke 6:42. Either how canst thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thine eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to pull out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. Luke 21:36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Philippians 2, 7 through 8. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Ephesians 5:27, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy without blemish. Matthew 10:14, and whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Matthew 13:4 through 8. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell upon thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Galatians 6:7. Excuse me. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Last verse. Matthew 7:6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. See, y'all? We want to be that church without spot, wrinkle, blemish. We don't want to have nothing on us. So when the Most High come and receive us, he's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I want him to say to me, my good and faithful servant. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. And so I come on here, whatever the Most High give me, I share with everybody else to encourage y'all in y'all walk. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we all need encouragement. We all want to be the best version of ourselves, but it starts with us. Before we can help somebody else, before we could be a servant to anybody else, we got to clean our own house out first. We have to clean our own house first. It starts with us. We can't blame nobody else, especially if you an adult. You got to take accountability for what you have done, the hurt that you have caused other people, and also take accountability and healing from your trauma. You know what I'm saying? Trying to overcome that. Yes, it's not the easiest. Things be buried so deep sometimes that you forgot existed, and you got to face that, and you got to do it. You got to do it so you can help other people. Quandre, Shalom. You got to do the work, man. It ain't just have faith and we up under grace. It's not that. We got to put in work. We got to put in work. We got to be the person that the Most High wants us to be. And let me tell you this. It took years for me to get to this point. It took years. I was not no overnight sensation. You know what I'm saying? It took years. A lot of falling down. A lot of getting back up. A lot of falling down. A lot of getting back up. And you got to embrace every season of your life. Really understand the times and the seasons that we are in, and know how to navigate those seasons righteously. No matter what, whether we're not casting our pearls before swine, are we doing that righteously? Everything that we do, we have to do it righteously. But again, it starts with you. It starts in-house. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to come on here and encourage you guys, and y'all willing. I already have another title for my next video. I don't know how soon I'm gonna have it together, but really understanding that Satan is the god of this world. And I think people say that, but they really don't really understand that for real. And so I will be working on that as my next video. And I just wanted, again, I come on here. I love on y'all. I love on the remnant. You know what I'm saying? I pray for the remnant. Know that I pray for the remnant. I make it my business to pray for the remnant, because we need each other, you know. And so yeah, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I wasn't all over the place, because I felt like I kind of was. I don't know. I always feel like that, but then when I rewatch, I be like, oh, that was pretty good, you know. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I made sense to you guys. Um, always remember, always remember, and also I think I got another something else to talk about because yeah, it's starting to come. All kinds of stuff is starting to come to me. But anyway, Matthew 22:14 says, "For many are called, few are chosen." You guys be blessed. Have a blessed Sunday, and I'll see you guys soon.